In the complex world of project management, communication stands as the cornerstone of success. Effective communication is the lifeline that connects project teams, stakeholders, and ensures the realization of project objectives. The art and science of managing project communication are encapsulated within the planned communications management process, an indispensable element of the project management body of knowledge. This process provides a structured approach to planning and executing communication strategies that are essential for any project's triumph. The planned communications management process is the initial step within the project communications management knowledge area. It sets the stage for how communication will be structured, conducted, and managed throughout the project's life cycle. This vital process is focused on establishing a robust framework that addresses who needs what information, how it will be transmitted, and the precise timing of these communications. Let's discuss the key objectives of planned communications management. In the world of project management, successful communication, planning, and management rest on several crucial objectives. Stakeholder analysis. The first objective of planned communications management is to identify all stakeholders. This includes internal and external parties who have an interest in the project, ranging from project sponsors to team members, regulatory bodies, clients, and the broader community. Once identified, stakeholders are analyzed to assess their influence, interest, and potential impact on the project. Understanding these dynamics allows project managers to tailor communication strategies accordingly. Determining communication needs. To create an effective communication plan, it's crucial to grasp the specific information needs of different stakeholder groups. This includes identifying what type of information they require, the frequency of updates, and their preferred communication channels. Based on the information requirements, project managers develop customized communication plans for each stakeholder group. These plans lay out what information will be communicated, how it will be communicated, and when it will be communicated. Communication channels and strategies. Deciding on the most suitable communication channels is a critical aspect of planned communications management. It considers factors such as the urgency of communication, the nature of information, and stakeholder preferences. The process also involves formulating strategies for managing communication. This includes selecting approaches for reporting, meetings, and other communication activities. This process serves as a foundation for successful communication throughout a project. Without a well-structured communication plan, the risk of misunderstandings, misalignment, and project failure increases significantly. Effective communication planning ensures that the right information is conveyed to the right people at the right time. The approach taken in planned communications management varies from one project to another. It's highly dependent on the project size, complexity, and the unique needs of stakeholders. Some projects may require extensive and detailed communication plans, while others may have simpler requirements. The key is to tailor the approach to fit the specific demands of the project. Planned communications management often leads to the creation of project documentation and templates. These serve as practical tools for communication management. Project documentation may include stakeholder registers, communication matrices, and communication plans. These documents guide project managers and team members in their communication activities. In the subsequent sections of this lecture, we will delve deeper into the specific components and processes involved in planned communications management, including inputs, tools and techniques, and outputs. Understanding these elements will equip project managers with the knowledge and tools they need to craft effective communication plans and strategies that are tailored to the unique dynamics of their projects. Planned communications management is the process of developing an appropriate approach and plan for project communications activities based on the information needs of each stakeholder or group, available organizational assets, and the needs of the project. The key benefit of this process is a documented approach to effectively and efficiently engage stakeholders by presenting relevant information in a timely manner. This process is performed periodically throughout the project as needed. An effective communications management plan that recognizes the diverse information needs of the project's stakeholders is developed early in the project lifecycle. It should be reviewed regularly and modified when necessary, when the stakeholder community changes or at the start of each new project phase. On most projects, communications planning is performed very early, during stakeholder identification and project management plan development. While all projects share the need to communicate project information, the information needs and methods of distribution may vary widely. In addition, the methods of storage, retrieval, and ultimate disposition of the project information need to be considered and documented during this process. The results of the plan communications management process should be reviewed regularly throughout the project and revised as needed to ensure continued applicability. A set of inputs for the process of plan communications. Process are project charter, components of project management plan, project documents, enterprise environmental factors, and organizational process assets. Let's discuss them. Project charter. The project charter identifies the key stakeholder list. It may also contain information about the roles and responsibilities of the stakeholders. Project management plan. Project management plan components include resource management plan provides guidance on how team resources will be categorized, allocated, managed, and released. Team members and groups may have communication requirements that should be identified in the communications management plan. The stakeholder engagement plan identifies the management strategies required to effectively engage stakeholders. These strategies are often fulfilled via communications. Project documents. Project documents that can be considered as inputs for this process include requirements documentation. Requirements documentation can include project stakeholder communications. Stakeholder register. The stakeholder register is used to plan communications activities with stakeholders. The enterprise environmental factors that can influence the plan communications management process include organizational culture, political climate and governance framework, personnel administration policies, stakeholder risk thresholds, established communication channels, tools, and systems, global, regional, or local trends, practices, or habits, and geographic distribution of facilities and resources. The organizational process assets that can influence the plan communications management process include organizational policies and procedures for social media, ethics and security, organizational policies and procedures for issue, risk, change, and data management, organizational communication requirements, standardized guidelines for development, exchange, storage, and retrieval of information, historical information and lessons learned repository, and stakeholder and communications data and information from previous projects.